The velvet lie. The scent of aged hymnals and polished oak was the only air Rebecca had ever truly known. She was the pastor's daughter, a title that felt less like a name and more like a carefully folded uniform she dared not wrinkle. Her best friend, Grace, knelt beside her, a constant, earnest presence in a life built on quiet devotion. Then came Jessica. She was midnight velvet and spilled champagne, a laugh that sounded like a dare that only she could win. Jessica didn't see the uniform. She saw a key. "There's a whole city waiting for you, Becky," she purred one rainy Tuesday, tucking a shimmering black card with silver lettering into Rebecca's hand. Rebecca had to weave her first lie to hold the card. A charity lock-in, she told her mother. A retreat with Grace. The truth was strobe lights and a deep, thrumming beat that vibrated the lie right out of her bones. She wasn't Becky anymore. She was a shadow dancing in the electric dark, reckless and free. The clubs weren't just about music. They were about David. He had a way of looking at her, not seeing, but claiming. He bought her expensive, whispered promises disguised as gifts. A silver bracelet one week, a lie to her mother the next, demanding silence. She started carrying her two lives in separate bags, a worn, underlined Bible for Sunday, a sleek, ruby-red designer purse from David for Monday. The purse felt heavier. The gifts weren't free. They were strings, tying her tighter to David's manipulative orbit. Grace noticed the expensive scent on Rebecca's collar, the late-night texts she hid beneath her pillow. "You're slipping away, Becca," Grace whispered in the quiet of a Tuesday study session, her eyes filled with the kind of sorrow that only true friends can hold. "That life, it's not you." Her mother had the quiet persistence of doubt. She didn't shout. She asked questions that were too precise, too gentle, like needles. Examining a newly arrived package, her mother's voice was steady. "Who gave you this beautiful necklace, dear? It doesn't look like anything from the Sunday bazaar." One rainy evening, the two worlds collided in the small, familiar living room. Her mother stood by the fireplace, holding a shredded receipt for a taxi fare, a route that ended in the city's notorious nightclub district. Grace stood beside her, silent, heartbroken. The accusations were soft, but they broke everything. The lies, Rebecca. The money. The people you've been with. Rebecca could only manage a hollow, fierce denial, but the lie was dead in her throat. She looked past her mother, trying to find a door, an escape route that no longer existed. As she pushed past Grace, desperate to escape the weight of their judgment, the final word dropped like a stone into a well, cold, deep, and absolute. "I know where you go," Grace said,